A new Division I women's soccer poll has been released. There are some shakeups from last poll to this one, if you could tell already. And there's even like a top 15 team last week that's not even in this week. You'll know who it is when I get to it. So the new number one is Duke with 6 first place votes, North Carolina with 2 first place votes, Wake Forest, Mississippi State, Michigan State, Arkansas, Stanford, Ohio State, Iowa, Santa Clara, Utah State, TCU, Notre Dame, Auburn, Pepperdine, Memphis, Cal, Georgetown, USC, Penn State, Virginia Tech, Florida State, South Carolina, Texas Tech, and Virginia. Receiving vote teams are the following: Rice with 11, Pitt with 10, UCLA with 9, Xavier with 8, West Virginia with 7, Georgia with 5, Colorado with 4. Yeah, that's the top 15 team I was referring to, or like earlier. That I think they were like maybe top 20 instead of top 15, but either way, you get a point. They dropped all the way out because they did lose to TCU, but it was not close. 6-1. St. Louis with 4, Kentucky with 2, and Princeton with 1. Now my top 10 for Division I women's soccer goes as follows. It is similar: Duke, North Carolina, Wake Forest, Mississippi State, Michigan State, Arkansas, Ohio State, Stanford, Iowa, and St. Clara. Now, outside looking in would be the following teams in no particular order: Utah State, TCU, Notre Dame, Auburn, Pepperdine, Memphis, and Cal. Now, there are some top 25 games between this poll to the next. And those games are number 10, Santa Clara, at number 15, Pepperdine, and the rest are ACC matchups. Number 2, North Carolina, number 17, Cal. Number 1, Duke, at number 7, Stanford. Number 1, Duke, at number 17, Cal. Number 2, North Carolina, at number 7, Stanford. So yeah, that's all those games right there. And I'm going to go over like the RPI because that does matter for those bubble teams, as well as teams that want to host potentially up to the Sweet 16, if not like Elite 8 game. And it also depends on results in the NCAA tournament too. I get it, but you get the whole point. There's that potential if you just win. So really the top 16 would be North Carolina, Wake Forest, Mississippi State, Michigan State, Arkansas, Penn State, Iowa, Duke, USC, Auburn, Stanford, Ohio State, Utah State, Florida State, Virginia, and Georgetown. But it's not the end-all be-all on the RPI, but it does help if you have a good RPI. It does help. Now, I am going to go over like bubble teams like 35 through 60, or actually go up to 70 just to give some context. Princeton, and granted some of these might be a one-bid league and that's it, and all this. So Princeton, Texas, Texas Tech, Army, Colorado, Baylor, Wisconsin, LSU, Clemson, St. Louis, Texas A&M, Tennessee, Western Michigan, UConn, Liberty, Fairfield, Minnesota, SMU, Rice, Washington, Cal, Indiana, Memphis, Buffalo, Loyola Chicago, Ohio, Massachusetts, Boston College, Creighton, James Madison, Bucknell, Old Dominion, Utah, Grand Canyon, New Hampshire, and Boise State. And obviously, if you have a conference tournament, winning your conference tournament guarantees a spot. It's just, do you really have one? That's the question. It depends on the conference, because I know not all conferences have a soccer conference tournament and all this. So winning a conference is important, especially for those one bid leagues. And if you're not large, try to finish as high as possible. And I know that you got to avoid bad losses in general, especially the bad losses, as much as possible. You got to win as much as possible too, and not just tie, because tying does help sometimes, but doesn't do enough when compared to winning a game, for example. So we're gonna have to wait and see what happens from here. So anyways, if you like this content, like and subscribe, and see you guys later. On the road to 7 subscribers, course ultimate goal. It's 1,000 more, so money out this course. Like a video, comment video, really helps YouTube algorithm, so more people see it. Sharing the video does help as well, so more people could watch. And if you're watching and not subscribed, hit subscribe button, free notification bell as well.